Consciousness. Human eyes see an image. I, now, recording a video with my image of my body on a screen, to see the time and meet YouTube requirements for uploads now of 15 minutes. An image received, an image seen, repeating from when a baby's born until an adult. Dies from old age now. Human eyes see world. However, time does not stop an image. Seconds, minutes, hours, mathematical numbers. And when an image has been seen with eyes, brain receives information. Neurons and synapses solve problems. And eventually make a decision, and quickly make a decision about awareness, time wasted staring, and has to do with what a body needs. What a body needs and what all of the parts inside of a body need to not just survive, but to have energy. Energy for consciousness to continue. Water. Also needed for consciousness to continue. And when consciousness doesn't continue, there's rare, difficult decisions husbands and family have to make about feeding tubes in hospitals and unusual circumstances with medicine and health, and patients who have had difficulties, trauma, and no longer appear responsive. Terri Schiavo, a long time ago, her husband had her feeding tube removed and she died. With those exceptions out of a current discussion about consciousness, no food, no water, and energy no longer available, a body cannot continue. Consciousness ends within world. And a new mystery an unsolved unknown, with consciousness after death, remains now. The information with consciousness with eyes, consciousness with touch, provide brain information and body to know I'm alone now. A decision, I'm going to touch who's in this apartment now, and whoever's in the apartment other than me now, I will forcibly flush down my toilet now. I searched. I used my consciousness to make sure there's no bed bugs before I go to bed and sleep. No cockroaches crawling in filth and nastiness. My consciousness with what I saw, what I felt, allowed my brain to make a decision and solve a problem possibly reducing my sleep hours for the night now. Hearing and awareness, consciousness, and listening. In Seattle on Capitol Hill, and especially downtown in Seattle, necessary for body to have safety when shopping in locations where they break $50,000 windows and harass those who buy from businesses not deemed unfascist now. Consciousness involves the senses, and consciousness involves touch, and consciousness involves hearing. And most often, consciousness involves seeing. However, when there's blindness, consciousness has senses and touch and hearing. And similarly, when there's deafness, consciousness has eyes, senses and touch, and limited amounts of sound to decide and solve problems from information received in world now. And after the information of consciousness reaches necessary parts of body, a process unfolds to have calm, to find a quiet, silent location where there's no ghosts and skeletons dancing in the moonlight now. Consciousness with these colors behind me adds stimulation. Stimulation can benefit thinking, but unfortunately, too much sensory information starts to disrupt cognition, similar to a hallucination with a psychedelic drug. And then there's less benefit and more distraction for important parts to stay alive, especially during a coronavirus pandemic. With a need for a mask, and awareness when near other people and other folks and humans. Working towards a 6 feet or so distance to limit risk for a dangerous and deadly coronavirus now. Visualizing, hallucinating, imagining, processes in the brain to see images not in world are exciting, beneficial when there's time and boredom. And a topic to be studied in neuroscience. However, overall consciousness, senses, hearing, seeing, touching, smelling, are a part of cognition. Thinking and thought and decision making and problem solving. These are all optimized with energy, better sources, more sustainable options, clean, fresh water instead of some toxic, radioactive, underground aquifer near a nuclear wasteland now.